Top 10 modern age transporters coming right up. Mr. Clicks Flicks is brought to you by Lucky Dice Cafe out of Huntsville, Alabama, home of the ROC. No matter if you're in the United States or around the world, Lucky Dice Cafe has the winning roll for all your gaming needs. You can visit them at luckydicecafe.com or on their Facebook page using the link found in the description of this video. Alright guys, so today we have another Heroclix top 10 video. This time we are covering the top 10 best modern age transport figures that Heroclix has available. These are just my opinions, so if I missed your favorite one, go ahead and list it in the comments below. I'd be interested in seeing. So let's go ahead and get this flipped over and get going on this list. Alright guys, so here we are at hcrealms.com in their units section, and we're going to get this top 10 best transporter list started. First up on this list we have Gateway from X-Men Xavier School. Comes in at 50 points, has a 12 movement with phasing teleport, 0 range, 0 attack, 16 defense with super senses, and 0 damage with probability control. He has a trait which is called Wormhole Walkabout, Passenger 8. Gateway may carry characters with the wing symbol or battle fury if they share a keyword with him. When Gateway carries 2 or more characters after resolution, end your action phase. So I don't really care about ending my action phase if I just carried 8 characters on my force. And then especially that you can carry characters with battle fury or the wing symbol makes it better. He has X-Force and X-Men keywords, which aren't bad. He also has Generation X and Reavers, which are a little bit worse. But this guy is just great for the points across the board. He brings you support, a support power, and probability control, and can carry a massive 8 figures. Next up on this list we have Pip the Troll from Avengers Infinity. Comes in at 40 points, has a 13 movement with stealth, 0 range, 8 attack with special, 16 defense with super senses, 1 damage with exploit weakness. His trait is Space Gem and chooses its barrier, facing teleport Passenger 2, but may carry characters that have the wing symbol or battle fury. So he can carry basically anybody that's standard size. When Pip the Troll is KO'd by an opponent's attack, choose a friendly character for the rest of the game. That character has phasing teleport Passenger 2. So even if you lose Pip the Troll, he grants you another transporter for your team. So that's fantastic. He has another special on his attack, which is when Pip the Troll attacks, 1 or more opposing characters with 2 attack tokens, modify his attack +3, so that 8 becomes an 11, which is a little more respectable for that exploit weakness. Has the Cosmic keyword, which is really good nowadays. Infinity Watch actually isn't too bad either. X Factor is okay, not great, but yeah, he is just an out of this world phenomenal transporter for the fact that he can carry battle fury characters. Next up on this list we have Kiteman from Harley Quinn and the Gotham City Girls. Hell yeah. He is 15 points, so he's going to be the cheapest transporter on this list. Has the Batman enemy team ability, has a 0 range single target, 10 movement with the wing symbol, 9 attack, 17 defense with energy shield deflection, and 2 damage. His trait is Kiteman, hell yeah. Passenger 2, at the beginning of your turn, if Kiteman is holding an object, he may move up to 2 squares. So you're basically able to sidestep an extra 2 squares, so that's really a 12 movement. He's just really, he's good. He's just a cheap a taxi for basically any team you need. He's got Gotham City Underworld, and you're actually able to make a pretty potent team with that. But I mean, for 15 points, you can shoehorn him in on any team if you're in need of a transporter. Next up on this list, we have Green Oracle from DC Elseworld. She has the Justice League of America team ability and the Green Lantern Corps team ability. She has a 7 range single target, 12 movement with phasing teleport and the flight ability, 9 attack, 18 defense with energy shield deflection, and 3 damage with perplex. She has 1 trait, which is from an alternate Earth. If this character is on your sideline, you may give a free action to a friendly character named Oracle, Batgirl, or Green Lantern that's equal to or more points. Replace that character with this character on the same click number. So you're able to have her on her sideline, Bring her in if you want to, if you have one of those other characters, so that you can have somebody with that Green Lantern Corps team ability. I believe off the top of my head they can carry 8 figures, is what it's either 8 or 6 friendly characters that they can carry. So that's why she's on this list. You can bring her in for free if you have one of those other ones to basically give you a transporter. So if at the beginning of the game you need like a Green Lantern or a Batgirl or an Oracle, and then later in the game you need a mass transporter, you switch to her, and she has Outwit and Perplex also on her dial, so she's got 2 of the best support powers in the game. That's why she's on this list. Next up on this list, we have Doctor Strange from Avengers Defenders War. This is one of the shifting focus ones. He has the Defenders team ability, 12 movement with a special, 9 attack, 17 defense with indomitability, and 1 damage. He has a shifting focus trait. He has another trait called Defenders Together. Once per turn for all characters with this trait, if a character used the Defenders team ability to replace its defensive value with Doctor Strange, you may reroll one of the attack dice. So that's pretty cool there. You get to reroll 1 die, so if they roll a 1 and a 6, you can make them reroll the 6. And then his special on his movement is called Teleportation Spell. Doctor Strange can use Phasing Teleport. When he does, he can carry up to 2 friendly characters or 4 friendly characters if they all have the Defender's keyword. So he's able to carry at least 2 characters, similar to Kiteman, but he is more points. However, you can shifting focus into a Doctor Strange that will suit any need. There's a ranged offensive one, there's a support one, there's this one, there's one that's really good with defensive values and stuff like that. So he's really on this list because he's a nice Swiss Army knife that can be your transporter, but then Swiss Army knife his way into a decent secondary attacker, a decent defending piece slash support piece. He had to be on this list. Next up on this list, we have Rennet Tilly from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Wave 2. She starts off with at 55 points, has a 7 range single target, 12 movement with a special, 9 attack with Psychic Blast, 17 defense with Energy Shield Deflection, and 2 damage with Probability Control. The special on her movement is called Take Us When and Where We Need to Go. Rennet Tilly can use Phasing Teleport and Sidestep. She can use the carry ability, and when she does, she can carry up to 4 characters. So she's able to mass transport 4 characters for 55 points, which isn't bad. And she has Phasing Teleport, so she can get through blocking and barrier and all that stuff. Then she also has a special on her damage, which is called Scepter of the Sands of Time. Rennet Tilly can use Probability Control regardless of range and line of fire. So, if you push her to click 2, she is, you lose a lot on how far you can move, but you gain basically a global effect Probability Control. And for those 2 things, she's on this list. And if you have to press her into a secondary attacker role, the 9 attack Psychic Blast isn't terrible, or if you want a little bit higher damage potential, you can push her to click 3, where she has a 7 movement charge, 10 attack with Blaze Claws Fangs, and a Probability Control roll. So definitely a great figure, able to transport 4 figures, has a support power, and is able to press into a secondary attacker role. Next up on this list, we have Fugitoid, also from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Wave 2. This is probably one of my favorite transporters, just because I really like the scientist keyword a lot for teams I make. He's 50 points, has a trait and a special on his movement. The trait is running from the Federation and Triceratons for years. Fugitoid can use Energy Shield, Deflection, and Stealth. When an attack misses Fugitoid after action resolves, you may place him up to 3 squares away from his current square. So you get a free placement, which is pretty cool. And then the special on his movement is called Inventor of the Transmat. Fugitoid can use Phasing Teleport with a speed value of 12. When he does, he can use the carry ability to carry up to 4 characters, but only those that share a keyword with him. He has the Robot, Scientist, and TMNT ally keywords. So really the most useful ones are Scientist and Robot, but TMNT ally is not terrible. And then if you push him to click 2, he has Outwit, and if you push him to clicks 4 and 5, he has Support, and then Regen to also help himself out, but then you lose your ability to use him as a carrier on those 2 clicks. So that's why I like them. Again, if you notice, all these transporters, except for 1 or 2 of them, bring support powers to the table in addition to their just mass transport, which is why I end up liking these ones the best. Next up on this list, we have Overdrive, the man himself from Superior Foes of Spider-Man. 35 points, Sinister Syndicate team ability. Has a 6 movement with sidestep, 9 attack, and 16 defense with the combat reflexes, 2 damage with empower. He has 2 traits. First one is superior to the other guys. Once per turn for all characters with this trait, if a character uses the Sinister Syndicate team ability to replace its attack value with Overdrive's, that character can use sidestep this turn. And then he has another one called The World is My Getaway Vehicle. Give Overdrive a free action when he's adjacent to a standard object. Remove the object from the game and place a charged up bystander in that square on the map. And that is the important part of this figure, so let's take a look at that. Alright, so here we are with the charged up bystander token that Overdrive creates. It has an 11 movement with sidestep, 0 attack, 18 defense with toughness, and the vehicle symbol 0 damage. It has passenger 4. This vehicle can only be piloted by characters named Overdrive. So you're essentially able to move 14 squares, carry 4 people, and it's just phenomenal. Shredder teams have been tearing up the meta, ever since they came out and realized that this was the guy to transport them around. So just because of how popular Shredder teams have been and how much they've won, he needed to be on this list. Next up on this list is Little Cheney, the LE figure from a while ago, the Mojoverse set that came out. She's 25 points, has the X-Men keyword, X-Men team ability, has a 14 movement with a special, 9 attack, 17 defense with energy shield deflection, and 2 damage. Her special on her movement is called Hang On Gang, We're Going for a Ride. Little Cheney can use phasing teleport and the carry ability. If Little Cheney is on a New Mutants or X-Men theme team, she may carry up to 4 friendly characters regardless of their speed symbol. When she uses the carry ability and ends her movement within 5 squares of her starting square, after action resolves, deal her 1 unavoidable damage. So basically you just got to move her more than 5 squares. She doesn't take damage, and she's able to move 4 characters on either of those theme teams. Now they are, again, hindered by that, but X-Men's a really powerful theme team right now, especially you figure you run her with, 3 Wolverines and a Moira McTaggart. You're going to be just fine. So that's why she was on this list. And finally, rounding out this list is the Blackbird Jet at 55 points. It is a rich man's Lila Cheney. It has a 10 movement with the flight ability and stealth, 0 attack, 16 defense with energy shield deflection, vehicle symbol, 0 damage with empower. It has passenger 5, which is why it's on here. You can also pay an extra 5 points to give it its resource style, which is why it had to be on this list. It just brings so much to the table that it's just silly. It can carry 5 people regardless of if they have the X-Men keyword, and it's just a phenomenal figure. That's why it had to be on this list. Alright guys, so that rounds out my top 10 list of best modern age Heroclix transporters. Go ahead and put your favorite transporters in the comments below. Love to read that stuff that you guys put in there. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, give it a share. It really helps keep me motivated to make these videos. And that's all I have for you today. As always, please remember that it's only critical miss if you don't have probability control.